بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. Welcome to mytazkiyah.com. Brothers and sisters, if you're just tuning in, please like, subscribe, share this with everyone. We are helping brothers and sisters get over porn addiction and sexual dysfunctions and issues related to this abuse, SSA, a vast variety of issues related or induced by pornography, which is a pandemic today in the 21st century. Following up with a question from last episode where we shared with you the story, the sad story of a person who killed his wife and then killed himself. And it was a result of the trauma that he suffered from being raped as a child by a babysitter. Today we're answering the question, how to protect our children from sexual abuse. Number one, as I said before, there has to be an Islamic system. Brothers and sisters, you have to understand, the Islamic system is meant to protect us when we, with our personal accountability and responsibility, might fail to protect ourselves or our children. So we need to have a system of protection. And sadly, today, that's not there in many cases. Number two, your personal protection. You can apply Islamic laws and a system within your family. Be careful. Be careful to stick to the rulings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because this ibtila, this test might come sometimes in your house as a result of disobedience of the whole family. So may Allah protect us. May Allah protect us. Number three, you live in a world where it's difficult to trust people. Now, I'm not saying don't trust anyone, but you gotta be very, very vigilant. Do not just leave your children with some stranger, and sometimes in case even family, when you know you cannot trust them. Yes, it happened where people were abused by their own family members. You can do a bit of research and see that a lot of the people who are abused by family members who are trusted by the family, left alone with the children. Yet there are people who don't fear Allah. So I would say that you got to do your homework. You got to take the asbab, or the reasons and means to protect your children. Don't leave your children alone. Why would you leave your children with a babysitter? Excuse me. Why would a mother go to work? Yes, you're going to say, I'm blaming the mothers. And the father, I'm blaming. Why would the father force his wife to go to work? Oh, because they need a 2-salary income. Yeah, but you are losing your children because of this. Protect your children. It's more important than to have an extra vacation per year, or I don't know, to buy some new furniture, that you protect your children. The mother, to stay at home, the one who gave birth to these children, as opposed to leaving them to a stranger. In a previous episode, remember, I talked about the guy who committed suicide. He was raped by a male babysitter that the family hired because the mother and the father had to go work. Do you see, when people fight with me, sometimes when I talk about gender roles and where fathers and mothers, what they have to do, mothers should stay home with children to do tarbiyah, to protect them, to give them a comprehensive upbringing, emotional, psychological, spiritual. And people say, this brother Gabriel Romani, he's always talking about these things. But look at these questions, look at these events that are taking place. It's not me. Allah has decreed and has designed a system of family, of how it works and how it should work. And I'm only calling you to this. We're only calling you to this. So mothers, stay at home. Take care of your children. It won't be no abuse. Inshallah, you'll not abuse your children, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, even though some people do. May Allah protect. But stay at home. Take care of your children. Focus on them. Give them an upbringing that is in line with Islam, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically. Love them, protect them. Wallahi, if you stay at home, you'll solve a lot of the problems. Fathers, it's your fault too, because you're the leader of the family. You're asking your wife to go work, or you're allowing her to go work when she should be taking care of the family. I know you might need money. Man, I'd rather take an extra job as a man than to make my wife work. Think about it. Think about it. All right? Do not let things, don't wing things. Don't just wing them. Have a strategy for raising these children. All right? Next point. If you see any sign of abuse, such as different marks on their body, such as abnormal behavior, sexual behavior, rubbing. Children, for example, start experiencing what's called a dry orgasm from a very young age. I know people might be disturbed by this, but they rub against pillows, they ride little toys, like those bears and whatnot. Boys and girls, you will see it. The parent has to see, cannot ignore and be like, oh my God, I'm not going to tell your dad. Oh my God, we shouldn't even talk about this. No, address it. Because that is the outcome of something. The child, even at the age of 4 or 5, a very young age, if they're experiencing what's called dry sex or dry orgasm, you might be disturbed by these terms, you have to think as a mother, as a father, wait a second, why would he do that? A child doesn't naturally do that unless something happened. Unless they've experienced that feeling and now they're trying to recreate that feeling. They're going to touch themselves, rubbing themselves. Yes, a lot of children are reported to have this kind of behavior. And this behavior is induced, it's triggered by something. In many cases, someone would have touched them. An adult, sometimes a brother or sister. Yes, I'm sorry, but this happens. So be very open to see these things and to understand and address it right away. Speak to your husband, to your wife. Dig into it, research. Look at what could have been the possibility. Why did this happen? Why did that happen? And isolate the problem and address it right away. Next point. If you find that there's a problem, if there's an external party that might have been involved in this, you need to report it. You need to, it doesn't matter if it's brother, sister, mother, father, friend of the family, imam, Quran teacher. You need to punish these people right away, because I'll tell you why. It's not about not forgiving. It's not people think that you're hiding the sin and Allah will hide your sins on the day of judgment if you hide the sins. No. This is not like that. This is a crime. There's a difference between a personal sin. So let's say you catch someone watching porn and then you hide their sin. Say you advise them, you don't disclose it to everyone. It's different. When you catch someone raping someone or abusing someone, this is a crime. This is no hiding now. There's no hiding here. You report it. You address it. So that this person, he didn't do it for the first time. I guarantee you, a criminal, when they get caught, and that's why the punishments of Islam are so strict. When a criminal gets caught, it's not the first time they committed the crime. Allah yastur alayk. Allah, He protects you from your sins and He doesn't expose you. He's a sattir. He's the one who covers you. But when you become a criminal and you keep doing it over and over and over and over again, now it's not about sin anymore. Now it's a habit. It's a lifestyle. And then Allah will expose you. So when you get caught in a crime, it's not the first time you've committed it. So it's your responsibility to report it and for this to be punished by the correct authorities, of course. Now don't take matters into your own hand. And to get justice. Because this child, you might have messed up their whole life. The criminal messed up their whole life. And you as a parent, if you do not take the right measures, you will mess up their whole life. And the child will grow knowing that my father, my mother didn't defend me. Islam didn't defend me. They move away from Islam. They start hating the deen. They start hating their mother and father. And they start having psychological disorders, stress, anxiety, all kinds of things. So you have to take action. And last but not least, brothers and sisters, education, preemptive measures are cheaper than damage control. Teach people, all imams, all teachers who have responsibility, teach people how to be aware of these things. There is no shame in speaking about this on the minbar. There is no shame, if you don't want to talk in the minbar, to have a class about this, to invite people, parents, to have a community circle where you discuss these things, information. Within an Islamic paradigm, don't always let the non-Muslims to lead these things. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us and protect your children and give people the haqq. And just to readdress this issue, not always you have to forgive. There's a difference between someone perpetrating something against you as a sin and someone committing a crime and you allowing it to slip by because I have to forgive them, and then they'll do it to someone else and to someone else and to someone else and more and more and more and more. There's a big difference, brothers and sisters. Huge difference. And a lot of the children will grow up and seeing that no one defended them and no one defended their right. And they'll blame it on Islam. And they'll move away from Islam. So, it is our responsibility as a community, as everyone, my responsibility to inform you and to pass the bucket to you. And you to others, and to others, and to others. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us, protect your children, protect our children, which are the future of our ummah. Barakallahu feek. Don't forget to support mytazkiyah.com. Again, check the descriptions, the links in the description. Support and spread the knowledge. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.